Here's the news at 9. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu inaugurates Ekpe Emergency Center, reaffirms commitment to expanding health infrastructure. President Tinubu receives special envoy of Qatar in Abuja. On the foreign scene, South Africa criticizes United States' plan to accept white Afrikaners refugees. And in sport, Nigeria's under 17 female national team to participate at National Sports Festival. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to increasing investments in health infrastructure across the state, with a focus on emergency response, maternal care, and disease prevention to meet the growing needs of the people. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at the official handover ceremony of the newly constructed Accident and Emergency Center at Ekpe, said it marks a new benchmark in the state's infrastructural and social development agenda. He noted that the facility would also expand access to urgent and life-saving medical services, particularly for riverine and rural communities in Lagos, improve patient outcomes, and also enhance staff performance, ensure faster response times, and strengthen public trust in the health sector.
This facility, like they said, is a level 4 tier facility that will triage and stabilize the event of an accident. It's difficult for us to say that this is when accident is going to happen. We don't know. A world-class facility like this will ensure that when it does happen, you have a place where you can bring them in first to quickly stabilize people. And it's always that first 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes that is critical, stabilizing life. And so what it will do is to be able to analyze what needs to be done on a medium to a long-term basis. But at least the first thing is that life has been saved. We've been able to preserve life, and we'll be able to now take it forward to know what additional level of medical facility will be required.
Also speaking at the event, Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, said the Sanwo-Olu administration is committed to deepening public-private partnerships, particularly in health insurance schemes that can support emergency medical care. He noted that the state would continue to develop initiatives that will enhance healthcare delivery, including the design of programs that ensure the sustainability of emergency services. The facility, which is the collaboration between the Lagos State Ministry of Health and Custodian Social Responsibility Foundation, is equipped with steerage units, fully fitted emergency wards, diagnostic sections, staff lodges, and comfortable waiting areas. Governor Sanwo-Olu also paid a working visit to Charterhouse Lagos Secondary School, the first British independent school in Nigeria, at Lekki Phase 1. Plan is underway by the Lagos State government to domesticate the National Women Economic Empowerment (WE) policy. The policy targets women empowerment in agriculture, skills development, entrepreneurship, and emerging industries to drive economic independence for women in Lagos. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, Bolaji Dada, stated this at the ongoing ministerial press briefing to mark the second anniversary of the second term of the Sanwo-Olu administration held at Alausa, while noting that the state government has expended almost 2 billion naira to empower the vulnerable. Dada said 10,464 residents graduated from the 20 vocational skills centers across the state from 2023 till date, empowered with tools to start up their businesses, while another 5,013 people will also graduate in the next 2 months.
WAPA will continue to be committed to digital innovation, entrepreneurship development, gender equality, and poverty eradication strategies that will build a safer, stronger, and more inclusive Lagos for all. As we continue this journey, I urge every stakeholder, every partner, and every resident of Lagos State to remain engaged. Together, let us keep lifting, building, and transforming our Lagos.
The commissioner noted that over 2,000 cases of gender-based violence were reported in the last 1 year, out of which 195 were males. Data noted that the domestic violence survivors shelter is still under construction in Agidingbe, is 70% near completion, which will be used to provide temporary accommodation for victims with provision of psychosocial support and free legal services for them before reintegrating them into the society. Our correspondent, Adiola Kindele, reports that 16,000 young ladies and rural women have benefited from the Free Sanitary Pad initiative as part of efforts to promote menstrual hygiene. The Lagos State government has rescheduled the previously announced traffic diversion for repair works on the Ogudu-Oworoshoki Bridge. Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, in a statement says a new date for the repair works will be communicated. Oshiyemi says the state government remains committed to ensuring public safety and minimal disruption during infrastructural upgrades, calling for motorist patience, understanding, and continued cooperation. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has received the special envoy of Amir of the State of Qatar at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja. Other members of the delegation included Qatar's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Mohammed bin Thama Al Thani, and the Qatari Ambassador to Nigeria, Ali Ghanem Al Hajri. The State House said the visit is part of efforts to strengthen bilateral relations between Nigeria and Qatar, with discussions focusing on economic cooperation, investment opportunities, and strategic partnerships. The federal government says discussions are ongoing on how 15,000 Nigerians stranded in Cameroon, Niger, Chad, and other parts of the world will be returned to Nigeria in safety and dignity. The Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons, Tijani Ahmed, said this at a media briefing in Abuja. Ahmed revealed that no fewer than 6 million people are displaced in Nigeria, while thousands of refugees are living elsewhere across the world. While reiterating the government's effort to ensure the safe return of the displaced persons, Ahmed thanked President Bola Tinubu for the support given to the Commission and the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry. And now to foreign news. South Africa has criticized the United States as reports emerge suggesting Washington could receive white Afrikaners as refugees as early as next week. In a statement, South Africa's foreign ministry described the purported move as politically motivated and designed to undermine South Africa's constitutional democracy. It will be recalled that in February, United States President Donald Trump described Afrikaners as victims of racial discrimination in an executive order, opening up the prospect for them to resettle in the United States. South African authorities said they would not block the departures of those chosen for resettlement, but said that they had sought assurances from the U.S. that those selected had been fully vetted and do not have pending criminal charges. And now sports. Nigeria's under-17 women's football team, the Flamingos, will feature at the 2024 National Sports Festival as part of a new group of invited junior athletes, IJA, introduced by the National Sports Commission, NSC. The IJA is a pioneering initiative of the NSC created to nurture young talents from across the country in various sporting disciplines. The group, effectively serving as the 38th state at the festival, will make its debut at the Gateway 2024 Games, scheduled to begin on May 16 in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Over 100 teenagers have been drafted into the IJA team, which will compete in 11 events, including athletics, football, table tennis, wrestling, swimming, badminton, weightlifting, tennis, para-athletics, and more. According to the NSC, the selection was designed to match Nigeria's areas of competitive strength and serve as a platform for grooming future stars for national and international representation. And that's our news at 9. But just before we go, Maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Solu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under a co-excel? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to increasing investments in health infrastructure across the state, with a focus on emergency response, maternal care, and disease prevention to meet the growing needs of the people. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at the official handover ceremony of the newly constructed Accident and Emergency Center at Ekpe. President Bola Tinubu has received a special envoy of the Emir of the State of Qatar at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja. We also told you that South Africa has criticized the United States as reports emerge suggesting Washington could receive white Afrikaners as refugees as early as next week. And in sport, Nigeria's under-17 women's football team, the Flamingos, will feature at the 2024 National Sports Festival as part of a new group of invited junior athletes introduced by the National Sports Commission. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesuwa Ejoyoka. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.